Hello and welcome back to Pointless Entertainment. Why am I doing this again? I don't know, but we are back on Stanley Parable. No one asked me to play this again, but I am. Last time this was really, boring as hell, but for some reason got 36 views. I don't know why or how. Sorry for getting a shout in the background, but now it's saying hang on, hang on. Hopefully I was starting in the right spot. Ooh. Of course you can say something, my good sir. Oh. Yeah, I did kind of do that. Oh. Did they? That's sad. Yay! You're paying attention. Of course I'm paying attention. I don't even have a way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. They are. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I accept. Next time you boot the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favourite time. I know what time I'm picking. End of school. And welcome! That's no point in doing the intro. We are going to be playing the Stanley Parable again. Welcome back, Trophy. Nice.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I want to try and get a different ending.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office. It didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance that no matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, maybe this can be an annoyance ending.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
If I go on the one on the left, I'm pretty sure there's another way I could have gone that I didn't go. Let me just try to do everything correctly.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Talk less, do unbelievingly amazing work all the time, every day with... Oh! How to solve a dispute. Passive aggressive. Resent co-workers. Okay. Yeah!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Only open door in this game.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No
Are you sure about that?
Still be here. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
Okay, I've come to the conclusion that nothing's gonna happen, so I'm gonna just leave.
Ah, second player.
Oh.
It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Psych!
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of
okay.
idiots.
Probably gonna cut this bit too.
There's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, I give up. I'm gonna go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, there's nowhere else I can go. I don't want to go back to that really weird place, really. So yeah, I'm gonna just see if anything's up here. I got the feeling. Oh, wait, no, let me sing this properly. Introducing the one and only. Oh, I've said my name, no, you cut that. Introducing the one, the only. Pointless entertainment guy! And no, he's gonna be singing Money for Stealing. I got the feeling money's for stealing, but no. Yours, of course, say that's a lovely purse.
Was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
What if I don't? Okay, I'ma just go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. This mind control facility
Let me
was
go.
too horrible to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? The operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking.
Okay, let me just get this done with.
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Ha da da da.
Yes, he had won.
I
He
won.
had defeated the machine, unshackled
Finally.
himself from someone else's command, reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been
I
seeking,
beat the game!
but all he needed to know. It was
So we get to go
perhaps
live a normal
the
life now.
only thing worth knowing.
Level 2.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
So what if I don't? What if I like go backwards? Damn it.
Stanley felt
Ooh.
the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. And Stanley was happy.
Yes. Aww. Okay, I'm gonna just really quickly check what the trophies are. Hello, I think it's played. Yep. It says click on door 30.
All of his coworkers were
5
gone.
times.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Yeah.
Click a door. Suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Let's do this.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. Don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417.
Further? Ah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many was it?
Great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Ah.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now,
Yeah.
door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Door 415.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Ah, 419.
Yes, this is great. You're
Made
putting
it.
it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up.
Wait, it should be. Where is door? Oh.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again! Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes!
Yeah!
We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
Let me go check out this new content. Go in there.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon.
This reminds me of what's it called?
Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Hello Neighbor.
Exciting new content that see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh,
Yay.
well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Same, but okay. Probably gonna be this door.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
Yeah!
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator.
Yeah, I know.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. Yes.
Yeah.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Where's Twitter?
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
I guess I didn't really have a choice. Hello?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
There's so much stuff to
you
do.
remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
This is cool.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where
Nice.
I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Impossible to get this achievement. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. These are mad trophies!
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-in were created. It
Nice.
was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
Oh, so many options! Oh, never mind.
The Stanley
9.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
Oh. I go
Wait,
through this maintenance.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Yeah.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
Room. Psych.
What's this
Never.
one got to say?
Hello.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. That's my motto today.
Oh,
and it's always been
whoa.
my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Do the very opposite. You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. Of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. If I'm sick of one or the other. In
Okay.
which case, the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise.
Okay, I give up. This is so annoying.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. Well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
How long's this one?
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
That's a lot.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunity.
How long will this be? Does it say he's dead? The fire alarm.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of...
I'm so confused.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never
Oh, it's the intro.
is never the end, 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 is never the end.
The end is never 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 end is never the end is never the end is never the end
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I was probably not dead. Oh, he might be. Oh, I just realised his plants died. Poor clock. Choo! Oh my holy balls. Ah, daylight! Ah! It's actually beautiful. Oh. Not this again. That's scary. Skip, 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 skip. Oh. Ah! Don't say it rises up again, because then I'm going to have to click it. I don't think it does. Yeah, what's actually happening out here? Whoa. I just realised how many endings there is in this game. Like, what if I never went through that vent? Oh. I mean, I guess I can find out now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's a new content door.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes,
Wait, what?
I have something very exciting to show you.
There's new content. Why am I still doing this? This video's been 50 minutes, but hopefully I can make it shorter.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh!
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Yeah.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Whoa!
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
I can't take a screenshot because I'm recording. Head your name in the game. I don't get how. Ah. The button that says the name of the player is playing the game. Oh, is this probably where the new features are? The jump circle, infinite hole. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game, that sounds scary.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, but I don't think it works.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Alright,
I'm
Jim!
You'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button. Jim. Yes, you see?
Oh.
What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you.
My recording's about to end.
Jim. It hits even harder the second time.
Wait, I'm going to start a new one.
New feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button.
Okay, one sec. I'm gonna end this and then I'm gonna start a new one and add it back. Okay, this should just be normal.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Oh.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Collectibles. Oh, the new, free and easy. Pull the lever, receive it.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in a sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Okay. I want this bloody trophy. Are you actually joking? Bro! Are you actually joking? Well, that's stupid. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave here.
What else? What other exhibits have
Is that
we
what I
seen
look
yet?
like? What else is there? Oh, the infinite hole. Do I really want to jump down that?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Let's go!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great! Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I'm pretty sure there's a jump circle, but I've already done that, so I'm gonna just do it again. And then I'm gonna get this collectibles thing. This is actually really cool. Do you have to pay extra for this? Because I got it free. What even is that? What was it? Jump circle. Can't seem to see it. Wait. Yeah, it's not here. Ah.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Alright. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative
Nice.
is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Yeah.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Yeah! I got the... I don't know, what did I get? Oh, it doesn't even let me see.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Let's go to the exit.
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see,
Alright.
there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
B2. You are here. Okay, so it's back through here. There's a merch. Nice.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see,
Yay!
Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
Yep.
the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. Now can I leave?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Exit.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes,
Yep.
I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
Yep.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Whoa.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Ah.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Yay.
Let me see if I can whip something up.
What?
Perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Yay. Oh. Wait. This could be really good. What the hell?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
That's weird.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh wait, what is this?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Can I get the same
Stanley
trophy?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... Oh, please.
Oh
Are you
no, I'm
really
not doing
just
that
this
again.
For the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No, no, no. Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
I missed a bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
This is such a good sequel.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I want to see the new things.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an imp, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
This is really it. What was it in?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Wait. Nice.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with
Why is it red?
television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Let's turn this off.
As the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it.
Stanley
Finally.
and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
What the
Both of them
hell?
wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one
Yay.
another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
I have to
This
go.
building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself
So I'm gonna
recognized
end the
the
video
incredible
here.
calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay. Bye guys. Hope you enjoyed.